Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington football team. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington first down.
1st and 10.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Garoppolo. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 on the Seahawks' 45-yard line.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
At the 30.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Rosas has pushed it to the right. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Barkley a first down and more. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no...
Touchdown, Washington! Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 15 on the year. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy.
Albrecht Rosa set to kick off.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, It's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the
well, they intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Picked off with great anticipation. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Touchdown. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Caught by the tight end Ertz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
After one, it's 13-6.
Into the first quarter with the score Seahawks 13. Washington 6.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards on the pickup.
On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brought him down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Mahomes firing complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 42. A gain there of 21 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
He's going to let it go again. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Donovan Peoples-Jones. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
The score is Seahawks 20, Washington 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff to Barkley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Open man is Galladay, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And Washington has made this a 1-score game. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Seahawks 20, Washington 13.
Format to send it away now following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep is Micah Hyde. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Justin Madubuike brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Benjamin. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
27-yard line.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he? On
2nd down, here's Garoppolo. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
21.
Garoppolo now. And Wilson has it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
41-yard line.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll go to Barkley again, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Going deep for Diggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for 10 right now.
3rd and 4.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
It's now 4th down.
On the return, Harris. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
He can run for it, and he will. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward only for about a couple there.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Hey, 12, fellas, here we go.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
3rd and 2.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
That's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw him through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards there at a Washington first.
10 at the 26-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
13.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. Complete 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
It's now 4th down and 1.
Set him back 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 39. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Singletary again, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. He's airing it out, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Again, it's Barkley. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Intercepted.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, two-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Garoppolo on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 49. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
At the 50-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now Mahomes. Harris has it over the middle. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 50 yards. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Seahawks 34, Washington 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
21.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Garoppolo's pass intended for Marquise Goodwin. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Barkley. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One final try now for Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Seahawks, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.